Happy Pisces season, my darlings and dears. This is such magical energy. This is such beautiful soap opera energy. This is like, I don't know what the title of the video is going to be just yet, but I wrote down soap opera writing or final lap, but you have to say it like Mario Kart, final lap, where it's like everything kind of speeds up a little bit and, you know, everyone's trying to like get you the very end of the game, but also like the power-ups are so much bigger and everything is just so much more potent and available. It's also like that like money machine where like money's flying about or you feel like you're kind of in a snow globe right now. Yeah. This is, oh Jesus, this is Neo energy. This is like, I figured out that I am writing this soap opera and I can decide what it is that I want in this. Yeah, chaos energy is the perfect energy to double down, lean in, do something and see what sticks. It's, if the energy is a little bit unhinged, then be unhinged in it. But do things every day. Your chop wood, carry water to be grounded. Make sure you're meditating every day. You're drinking clean water. You're eating healthy meals. You're exercising. You have a system. You have things that you're studying. You have things that you're doing every day so that the cuckoo pantsness of the outside world doesn't get you because you're like, oh yeah, that's happening out there. I'm going to go study because that's what I'm working on today. So welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Sarah. I am a channeler and an astrologer. And so we are here at my multidimensional cafe. Sybil is fighting the shadows. I'm really grateful for her. And it's just, I tried to record this video once already and we're just going to keep going with it. I know I'm talking about you. I know. You're a star, darling. You're a star. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is my multidimensional cafe. It's really just you and I transcending time and space, having coffee, tea, some water, and talking about astrology and a little bit of kind of like the energy that's out there. That way you can understand it. You can have some key dates and key themes and key energies that you can utilize. So when things happen, this is important. This was something that my guide said like is the most important thing for us to understand before the season, is this is happening for us, not to us. This is really important. So if something's breaking down, thank you. If something is crumbling, thank you. If something beautiful is happening, thank you. This is for me. This is for my best interest, for my highest good. So when we send that energy out regularly, oh Jesus, are you okay? Nothing can really touch us. It's, oh my goodness, what is the book? No, not that. I can't think of it. I can't think of the book. There's a few, I'm going to put some references below and of a few, like this is about your mindset and going into like the, what is it? It's like the mirror dimension, or you're going into, yeah, it's like a carnival, like the mirror, the funhouse mirror type energy. So when I'm talking to you, just so you know, my guides show me pictures and images over here. I have about 2 different screens that are open, tabs open, if you will, in my sober mind. So this is like, I got a lot of information that I want to offer to you. And because there's so many dates, like March is absurd, Pisces season is absurd, Aries season is absurd. There's so many dates. So I'm going to offer some themes because I follow the mean Lilith and the mean North Node and South Node and not the true. So some of those dates would be askew for other people that follow the true. So I'm going to give you the main themes and the main areas of our chart that we could really hyper focus on. Wherever this is falling in your chart, whatever aspects these are making, whatever house this is falling in, like this is where, like the image that my guides are giving, it's like you have your whole chart and it's like normal, and then all of a sudden it's like just like space and like a rainbow, and like there's like this little tiny sliver of an area where it's like, what do you want? Your soul is calling you to do something different. Do that. Have that. Work towards that. Focus on that. So let's get going. Actually, yeah, pause the video, go grab your coffee or tea. This is one of my beautiful selenites. We've not named it, so if a name comes through, please let me know. So pretty. I know. Okay. So behind me, I have the general wheel. Starts in Aries, goes all the way around over to Pisces. Pisces season for my Aries rising especially, but Aries placements can kind of be a little bit like when the sun transits your 12th house, you're a little tired, you're a little nostalgic, I guess, for lack of a better term, and you're kind of like looking towards the new year. It's like a second new year that we all get when we go into the Aries equinox energy. And so, I'm sorry, I have to channel for a second. My guides are just like taking over. Having a gratitude practice every morning will be very helpful for you. Just listing 5 things that you're grateful for every single morning. The second your eyes open, your brain will brain. Your dreams will start to like bubble themselves up. You'll be thinking about your day and you'll be in a space of confusion. Go with gratitude. 5 things. Maybe pause the video and ask yourself, what are 5 things that you're grateful for today? I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for my phone. I'm grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for Sybil. I'm grateful for coffee. I'm grateful for pen and paper journaling. I'm grateful for my candle that's going. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, my crystals, my tarot cards, all of it. It's amazing stuff. So having a gratitude practice and giving your brain something like that to focus on is important. What do you mean by that, Sarah? Your brain is a muscle. It's a figuring out machine. It's a labeling machine. It is like a history filing. And so it's looking for something to do, something to label, something to find. And so when your brain has been looking for maybe safety for a very long time, it's been trying to protect itself. If it's been looking for things to really dislike or judgments, all these different things, then it's going to continuously do that until you tell it to do something different. So when you tell your brain first thing in the morning, I'm looking for things to be grateful for, your brain is going to say, oh, let's find something new to be grateful for. It just needs direction. You are not your brain. This is a muscle. It is a very potent, powerful, limitless muscle that can transcend time and space and go all over the place. What do you mean by that, Sarah? I can't transcend time and space. How many times have you dazed off or just looked at a video on your phone? You're sitting with me in Massachusetts right now. So you're transcending time and space in this moment. Love it. Okay. So this is the 18th. This is the moment that the sun goes into Pisces energy over here. I know, Sybil, I know. But one of the main themes and the main areas of the chart that I want us to really look at are right here. 28 degrees of... You're going to take Chiron? You're going to take Chiron down? Okay. I'm just going to let her have it. Chiron seems to be her favorite. She's taken it down before. I've posted a video about it. So Chiron's there. Just going to keep going. Just going to keep going. So the North Node in Neptune, again, this is the mean on the 22nd of February, conjunct at 28 degrees. This is a pretty intense theme for the entirety of the season. It's going to separate into the North Node will end at 27 degrees and Neptune's going to end in the season. In the end of March, it goes into Aries, but it's going to be at 29 degrees. So this area of your chart, think like a little sliver, the teeniest little like pizza sliver. You know, you've already had enough pizza, but you're like, I'm just going to have a little sliver. Just like a little sliver. Wherever this is falling in your chart, look there, focus there, be there. Where is this falling? If you don't know your chart, we're going to use the very end of the astrological wheel. This is the very last bit of your soul purpose, healing, closures, coming home. It's important for us to know that, and this is a little heavier, but you know, it's Pisces season. You know, people are leaving the planet. Yeah, souls are leaving the planet and they're going off. People are dying. There's a lot of transition. There's a lot of shifting. There's a lot happening right now. So finding safety and sovereignty within that, it doesn't make the human feel better. It's still painful. Still feel your feelings, but just know that it's happening. Be aware that it's happening and give yourself grace to feel what you're feeling. And And we talked about this in my Monday Live recently. It's been a theme that's coming up in 2025, is that nothing's slowing down. So a lot of the times what we're seeing is that in one day or in 1 month or in 1 week, you're a different person. The world changes so much. We have all of these events happening, all these different things, and we don't have the time and the space to process it in the way that we want to. So give yourself maybe time in between tasks, time going from I was just out here, now I'm at home, time in between things. I was just studying, now I'm going to do a few dances, and then I'm going to go into my next task. Give yourself time, and the beginning of the day, middle of the day, end of the day. Sorry. She could have her own game show or reality show. Give yourself time, beginning of the day, middle of the day, end of the day, to check in with yourself. And the advice that I've been giving to a lot of clients as well as subscribers and friends is we are not promised tomorrow. We have no idea if we get to wake up tomorrow. So don't make, use definitely if you need to make plans like the North Node transit or things like that. But give yourself a little bit of grace to say, if I'm acting as the person that has all the things that I'm manifesting, all the things that I wish that I had, if I'm acting as that person, finding gratitude for them, giving, loving, being amongst family, not feeling frustration because it's not here, but if I'm acting as that person, even though I don't have it, that says I'm as close to that as I'm going to be today. That's as close to that energy as you could ever possibly get until it's right here. It's like, I want you just vibing as this person, dancing amongst the fire, dancing amongst the chaos. And so that one day you're like, I have everything that I've ever wanted and needed. And it's just, I'm so excited because like, I've just been acting like it the whole time and now it's here. It's important because, and this is something that, there's a link to a Lewis Howes podcast below, but something that it was a long time ago on a different podcast. I forget who said it, but when you attach the dopamine to the end result, it's never fulfilling because we grow every single time. So we attach the dopamine to the process. We attach the dopamine to the day. So when we're living the life of our dreams as often as we possibly can, being in that energy, expressing gratitude for that energy, giving, loving, receiving, all these things, that's the only way to acquire what it is that you want. Yeah. It's Dr. Joe Dispenza language. You can do things in the 3D. It's going to take you a really long time. So when you do things in the quantum and the Delulu and the woo-woo, why not use the most magical season of the year to do it? An eclipse season, Okay, so the main theme of this entire season is going to be Neptune in the North Node conjunct at 28 degrees. So it's like 27, 28, 29 degrees, the very end of the chart. Where does this fall in your chart? This is important. This is like, I'm seeing like an anchor dropping into the ocean. Like, let the North Node be your anchor and saying like, this will keep you tethered. This is where I want to root down. I'm listening to the guides right now. Yeah, for some of you, like travel is your anchor. For some of you, you do desire to move, and the home that you're supposed to be living in is calling to you. For some of you, the partner that you're meant to be with is calling you. Your soul purpose, your community is calling you. There's just like, where is this falling in your chart? And I have 2 membership groups that have an all signs reading for this season. So my all access membership group, as well as my all signs reading membership group. I am very excited. I've been working for like a month and a half now on my new website, which is going to include my membership group. I'm launching it on the first day of Pisces season. I am so very excited. This is like, the cafe is so pretty now, and I can't wait to invite all of you there. It is just so beautiful. It was a request in my YouTube. Never mind, I'll just leave it at that. And so everything is going to be moving towards my website. I am very, very proud, and just, I've put so much love into this site. So I'm very, very excited, and it's been a long time coming. So I will post all of those things and all of those links below, but the all access membership group, as well as the all signs reading membership group, has an all signs reading for this season. So the key dates we go over for every sign. So if you like my new moon and my full moon readings, the all signs readings, this is a deep dive. So that's the theme. Neptune conjunct the North Node in Pisces, 20 degrees. The exactitude is on the 22nd. So the 23rd, this is a big week. This is a big week. So the 23rd of February is when Mars is going direct in Cancer energy. It's at 17 degrees right over here. You got 1 week. You got 1 week of all the planets going direct. From the 23rd of February to the 1st of March, I love you, Sybil. All planets are direct. The 1st of March, Venus is going to go retrograde. Okay. The first Venus is going to go retrograde. So we have 1 week. In the middle of that week, we have a new moon in Pisces. Like, I can't make this up. If this isn't the most all systems go, shoot your shot, Delulu type of a, it's not Sag energy because you're not like pointing to that thing. It's, you know, when you have Sag energy, it's the archer. They need that one teeny tiny little area to point to, and then it's just sets and reps and shooting your shot. This is mutable water energy. This is saturation. This is becoming. This is dressing the part, acting the part, speaking the part. Dr. Joe language. How does the most abundant, how does the most prosperous, how does the most famous, how does that version of you act? How does the you in the relationship, living in the house, how does that you act? Act like that person now. Show up now. Say it now. For a lot of you, myself included, this is having a little bit of a harshness to your own boundaries. Instead of like, and I make this joke about myself all the time, where there have been times where I'm like washing my face at the end of the day and my lips are pursed. I'm like, you can say some things, girl. You can say some things. You can say some things. Okay. I have a funny story. You good, honey? Are you okay? You're underneath them. Okay. I have a really funny story to tell. So I was seeing a friend the other day, and I was talking about some past experiences where, you know, I've had story of past relationships where, you know, yelling is very triggering to me. And I'm leaning into letting people just be themselves, you know, letting people make, you know, absurd comments on my YouTube, letting people around me be frustrated, be angry, setting my own boundaries, like standing in the presence of someone who's yelling and just knowing that that doesn't have anything to do with me, standing in the presence of someone who's judgmental, knowing that that has nothing to do with me, and just being frustrated, just really letting anger kind of be itself. And it was the day before the full moon that I saw this friend, and she goes, oh yeah, I saw this video online on Instagram about just like being in what you're in. And she's like, oh wait, it was you. You were the one who said it. So like, if you're angry, be angry. And if you're sad, be sad. And she's like, you gonna follow your own advice there? You gonna follow your own advice? So I have a whole video to record about that, and it's true. I go back and I watch my all science reading. I go back and watch my content, but in that moment I'm like, I said that today, didn't I? So whatever advice you're given to another, give that advice to yourself. And whatever you find yourself most commonly judging in another, you best turn that mirror in on yourself and fix that in yourself. So Mars going direct, pop off. You have 1 week. Those are just my notes. The 25th, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Saturn at 20 degrees of Pisces. And on the 27th, we're going to have the new moon, at 9 degrees of Pisces. I'm going to blend those 2 days together. So Mercury conjunct, it's very, very interesting because Mercury has actually been a very interesting key player in the new moons. Mercury was conjunct Pluto for the new moon in Aquarius. This is just coming to me right now. So Mercury conjunct Saturn, and Saturn gets such a bad rap. It's our inner disciplinarian, but also the planet that like wants you to have this solid foundation, wants you to do well, wants you to have what it is that you've been working towards and looking towards. I'm going to put the link to the Venus, Tracking Venus video below, because that, where is it? There was a key date. The 18th of January, Venus was conjunct Saturn at 16 degrees. So now Saturn is at 20 degrees. That kind of kicked off, that date and that video kind of kicked off like Venus's chart or Venus's tracking. And I'm going to let her have it, I think. I do kind of need that one. Can I have it back then? Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take that back. Okay. Beautiful. So with Mercury conjunct Saturn, Mercury is our inner Hermes. It's how we get our dreams, our downloads, how we understand, you know, the messages, how we give and receive communication to people. Mercury in Pisces is super whimsical. I have that natal placement. And so Mercury conjunct Saturn, all lenses. Mercury conjunct, same point in the sky, Saturn in the sign of Pisces. The same time we have Sun and Moon conjunct for a new moon. It's like plant that seed. This is the perfect time to plant seeds for what it is that you do want. And this can be such a time of making the quantum jump of like, if there's linear time, like stretched out in front of you, it's as if you're acting as if that person, acting like that person, showing up at the places, being in that energy and posting like them, acting like them, doing the things like them. And it'll just get there so quick, so much quicker. It's like time and space gets taken out and then shoved together. I feel like I've said a lot of this before, but this is, I'm just asking the guides. This is a reminder for everyone. We know what to do. And this is, so AA was built during a Saturn and Pisces transit in the past. So a lot of this is like mental health type stuff that's going on. And we've been talking about when like, oh, I got so mad at myself. I know that I have to do this. I know I'm supposed to be doing things differently. That's your higher self and your consciousness telling your human body, you're not getting to where you want to go because it's not a journey, it's now. It's right now. It's a vibration, it's a level. It's a, you know, I'll highlight Erin Lyons. The analogy that she gave about a vibration was, you know, you're listening to a radio station and then you change the radio station. The other station is still playing. You're just not listening to it, which I really love because that's the multiverse. That's everything's happening at the same time. But you listening to a different tune, a different frequency attracts different things. You get different energy when you listen to different music. Have you ever had that, like, this isn't the right song, this isn't the right song, this isn't the right song, this isn't the right song? Really, the tone, if the music changes everything, then let the tone of your heart, of your soul, of your being sing through you and let the things happen. Let the synchronicities happen. Let them all come. But this is I dream to dream energy. This is so beautiful. So that's 25th, Mercury is conjunct Saturn, and the 27th, the Sun and the Moon is conjunct for our new moon in Pisces at 9 degrees. I'll have a whole reading for that. I'll have so much more information. So let's get into March. So the 1st of March, we're going to have Venus go retrograde. Yeah, 1 week to plant those seeds, to launch it, to do it, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, just astrologically, Venus retrograde is going to be a lot of self-love, a lot of inner love, and kind of taking whatever it is, because Aries is in the beginning, the storefront view of my life. It's very me, me, me energy. And so when Venus goes retrograde, it's reminding ourselves, I'm a giving person. I'm doing all of this. I'm giving all of this outward. This will be a wonderful season to book a massage, get an appointment with a therapist, a shaman, a healer, somebody, get your cards read. Do something that's like fun. Do something that you've never done before during that time period, during that season. And I really love that. That's on the 1st. The 2nd is an absurd energy day. It's when Mercury then conjuncts over here. It's at 28 degrees. Mercury conjunct the North Node, conjunct Neptune, 28 degrees. Yeah, Mercury's a key player, honey. He is. Good job. Good job, honey. So 28 degrees of Pisces is obviously just astrologically being highlighted as one of the most important. What aspects to other planets is this making? Like, what house is it falling in? Yes, but these planets have been in this house for a little while. But what aspect is it making to other planets? Do you have your sun, moon, and rising? She knocked over canvas. Do you have your sun, moon, or rising in Pisces? Like, what's going on there? What aspects? What is happening? What planets are being really highlighted? Because you might have outer planets being highlighted during this. Like, really comment below what planets are being highlighted from 28 degrees of Pisces. Where is this? Listen, like, really, 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 really hyper focus. I couldn't ask you more to do that. I mean, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, but like, you know, but do whatever you want. Okay, and then the third, Mercury is going to go into Aries energy. I love it. It's just going to be spicy and salty type of communication. That's it. Aries, like, they're the infant baby ram, the first sign of the zodiac. They don't mince words. They don't really care. They're just like, whatever. Yeah, no, I don't like. They'll cry alone by themselves afterwards and feel it because it's like baby and daddy rolled into one. But like, they'll say it to your face, crying and pooping. Like, they won't care. They won't care. We will have a Mercury retrograde in Aries going back into Pisces. So Venus went into Aries, is going retrograde. Mercury is going retrograde into Aries and go back. So we'll talk a lot more about that later. That's funny. We'll talk about it now. On the 11th, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Venus in Aries at 8 degrees. So this will be at 8 degrees where Mercury will be direct and Venus is going to be retrograde. They are dancing, and it's really beautiful the way that they're doing things. I've been talking about tracking Venus for a very long time, and because we get 3 Mercury retrogrades a year, I feel like I don't give it the credit that it needs. Like, I don't even highlight when the sun conjuncts Mercury. I'm very much just like, whatever, Mercury, you're just there. You're just there. So that's just my own practice, just because that happens so often. And so we just kind of don't make big deals and contracts during Mercury retrograde. Mercury won't go retrograde until the 15th, but when it comes to Mercury, it happens every single year. We just take that energy and we go inward. We work on our content, our business, our, contracts, all different things. We don't sign them outwardly. We just kind of take all of that. It's like, think of all the like retrograde, like revisit, rework, all those words, like red, right, returning type stuff. I just wrote dancing. 12th is a very interesting day. I'm going to loop these two together as well. The sun is going to conjunct Saturn in Pisces at 22 degrees. This area of your chart, the larger breadth, whether it be, I would say 16 degrees of Pisces to, what did I say, like 10 degrees of Aries. Yeah, this area of your chart is just getting like reworked. Okay, so my guides are giving me a really cool image where there's a lot of, if this is your language or not, like past life karmic issues that are getting worked out on the back end. What do you mean by that, Sarah? If your dreams have been absurd, if you're exhausted and then you have tons of energy, if you've been overly emotional, overly hungry and then not hungry at all, very confused, things are like quantum jumps, like glitches in your matrix all the time. Like, what's a glitch in the matrix? Okay, so the other day I, hopped a paradigm that was really, really interesting. There was two where I got up and I knew that I had to record first thing in the morning. So I have, these glasses and then I have my at-home glasses. And so I had put on these glasses first thing in the morning because I was like, okay, I'm going to be recording. I know I'm going to be wearing my goggles basically. So I put them on first thing. It was like I thought of it, was aware of it, picked up those glasses and went about my day. And put on my, sparkles, put on my makeup, got my coffee, got ready. And when I sat down to record, I was wearing my other glasses. I was like, that's interesting. I saw a friend the other day, and when she was talking, I noticed that she had a ring on her left hand. And then later on when she was talking, the ring was on her right hand. Like, these are little glitches, little things, possibly like could go unnoticed, But this just means that you're shifting paradigms, that there's more happening behind the scenes. There's more that's going on with the intentions of your thoughts, words, and actions. With all of that, when you co-create with the universe, it can happen in a snap. It can happen in a blip. It can happen in a moment. And when you see these little things happen, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You can do things too to quantum jump. Like do things throughout your day that you would not normally do. Like when you go downstairs, like turn to the left instead of turning to the right. Put on a different shoe first. Put something in a different area of your house. Like glitch it yourself. Sit in a different chair than you normally sit in. Like do things to kind of like mix it up, to like shake it up a little bit. Yeah. I'm hearing the words offerings. I'm hearing the words offerings coming in right now, which is not for everyone. New connections, if you've felt very like alone, people that are meant to be in your inner circle or circle, and take your time. Like don't let anybody in, don't give away the farm. Really vet and know that sometimes when you meet someone on the path of life, like I want you to picture yourself in like Gandalf times, where you just like went to this, the inn of the prancing pony, and you just happen to sit down for a nosh and a beer, and you just sit next to a fellow traveler and you share stories, and then you never see them again. Like it's okay to meet someone, have a great connection, and then be like, bye. I'll never see you again. Toodaloo. It really can be in the same way that you get a sign from God, but just knowing that that's okay. Knowing that that's okay. And being open to connecting virtually with people. I know it's not ideal for a lot of people, but really, or knowing that you have to travel to go to a certain area of the world that you're supposed to be in. Say like you live in the city, but you really want a rural home. Leave the city a bunch. Leave the city, go hang out and go for walks in the woods and go be in that energy as often as possible. Complete opposite. If you live in a more rural area and you see yourself as a city gal or gentleman, go to the city more often. Be in the energy more often. Dress the part. Dress the part. Dress the part. Holy Jesus. Okie dokie. So the 14th. Oh my God. I'm going to put all these together. Oh my God. I don't even know how I'm going to do this in the all signs. Is a full moon eclipse at 23 degrees. So that's going to be conjunct Saturn. This is it. We're in the season. Yeah. 23 degrees. Holy God. On the 15th, the next day, Mercury goes retrograde. So I will have an entire video on the full moon eclipse. I will have an entire all signs reading for the full moon eclipse. I have no idea what I'm going to call this. I feel as though the guides are showing me this like splitting, this timeline splitting, like not timeline splitting, this community splitting. Like it's not that. What's underneath it? People are walking towards, it's not negative. I'm not saying this is a negative. People are walking towards their joy, their Piscean. This is when we have the South Node. Yeah, like eclipses fall on the axis of the South, of the North Node and the South Node. So the South Node is in Virgo, in the house of everyday life and practical service. I'm sorry, I moved my chair over so you cannot see the label for it. Did it right before I started recording, because I was like, we're not going to talk about anything on this side of the chart, except one of the most important days of the season. Sorry about that. So this is daily life, health, practical service. This is the health axis over here. Again, we've had health become a big issue for a lot of people. People are either taking like the very medical road or a little bit of the more all natural road, going to the gym, finding their footing again. And we must be as gentle as possible with our bodies because, we don't fully understand. I live in the US, so I can speak to the US. We don't always know how many things have been in the things, or like I eat this and it has all these chemicals, and then I eat this and it has all these chemicals. How do those chemicals interact with each other? I have no idea. Also, for the organic people, no one's omitted from this. I eat mangoes from Mexico, and then I have this from Thailand, and then I have this pasta that's actually rice, and then I eat this that's from over here, and then I have this, and I have this, and I have this, and I have this. And I eat more organic avocados, even though so many bugs had to die for it. Like, I eat all these things. Our body is still processing things that are not from the environment that we're living in. We're eating, ingesting, and asking our body to digest all different foodstuffs from all over the planet that our bodies are, not really used to. There's many different lenses that we can see this through. We can see this through the content that we ingest and digest. I can turn on my phone, and in 60 seconds, I could scroll, and I could see someone in California. I can see a history from over here. I can be in the bottom of the ocean. I can be here. I can be in the future. I can be with AI. I can be all over here. In 60 seconds, I can see that. And my body is not used to that. For content creators in the giving area, it is so new and precious that my community, like on my live, I had someone from Scotland, I had someone from Florida, I had someone from Pakistan, I had West Coasters, Arizona, California, oh my goodness, Canada, New York, myself in Massachusetts. Did I say Florida? I did. Spain. All together, sitting all together at a live. So even in this time, I'm recording this. What day is it? It's Thursday, 13th of February. When are you? Where are you? So you're receiving the energy that I am channeling in a different time and space. So for my content creators, you must understand that replenishment that you need, that exhaustion, that like, why am I so tired? I've only done so much today. You have touched the lives of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. Take some pressure off. Have a cookie. Have a cookie. Yeah, if you're going to do the thing, this is what I do, because I don't eat sugar on a regular basis. I usually don't eat gluten. I'm trying to like incorporate a little bit of really like nurturing gluten back into my life in a way that feels good, like a life without pizza. I'm sorry. I need to figure something out. So I'm doing some work on that. But I pray over the cookie, or I pray over the canola, and I just say, I only take in the love and the wonder and the deliciousnesses. Anything else can just like go right through me, like it'll poop right out. I don't accept that. I don't ingest that. I don't take that in. So kind of go back to the eclipse. We hand the reins over to God, to the universe during eclipse season. I don't recommend manifesting. Mercury's going retrograde the next day. We're in a retrograde time. Venus is retrograde. We just literally buckle up and hold on and say, okay, what I'm not supposed to be doing every day is going to be so highlighted. It's going to be so apparent. So okay, so this is a practice that I do. I'll sit in meditation. This is very, very simple. Or you can just sit and close your eyes for a few seconds. Say, I am on my highest and greatest timeline. I am surrounded by wealth. I'm the wealthiest version of myself. I am, calling in the divine partnership. I am the vessel that can hold what it is that I am working towards, whatever it is that you see in your mind's eye. And this happens to me, so this might not happen to you, but this is something that I do. I open my eyes, and it's like certain things in my house, there's like a backlight of it. Like, throw this away. Get rid of this. This isn't on your highest timeline. Get rid of this. Clean this. Do this. The things that are not supposed to be there stick out. They stick out. So what's not supposed to be in your life is going to be sticking out so much. Wherever this falls in your chart, take a look-see. Again, I'll have a whole all signs reading on this, whole video on it. It'll all be for free on YouTube. Like, this will be available for you. But it's going to stick out so much. And this is why this is happening for us and not to us. What the guides are really highlighting is like, are you grasping onto it? Are you grasping onto it? Because if you are, this is such potent energy. This is not a warning. This is an offering. A little bit of a warning too. If you're grasping onto something and you're saying, I need this, it's 8 out of 10, it's 6 out of 10, it's 7 out of 10, I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it. The world will say, you got it. You want a 6 out of 10 life? You got it. You can stay there. We get free will. We get to choose as human beings. There's a whole video. I got a whole download, 2024 to 2027, the changing of the guides. This is happening. This is happening. And this is about soul matches. This is about you saying to the universe is an eager waiter, listening to you, regardless of the full moon or new moon right now. This is such potent, delulu, ridiculous, like soap opera energy. So if you're saying, I want to be at this energy, God doesn't know God doesn't know sarcasm. God doesn't understand lies. God doesn't understand any of that. God just will give you what you focus on. You say, I need this to survive. I need this. Okay. Give him that life. Give him that life. Like, I was about to speak words that were not mine. Say you're in a relationship that's not your soul match. And we talked about it in the 2024 to 2027 video. I recorded it last year. So please check that out if this resonates. You're in a relationship you don't want to be in. You don't like it's 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. This is when you're like, I don't want to be in this relationship. This is when a baby comes in. You're like, well, you're together. Now you're karmically contracted together. This is when that type of stuff happens. Because when the universe, and this will be so brazen. I promise you, with this mix up of energy and the way like my guides are really validating this right now, like sorry, this is God speaking. This is just universe source speaking, God speaking. You are so loved, and you are God having a human experience. God wants you to experience the best that this world has to offer, but you get to tell God what is best. Tell God what you want and co-create it together. God's not like a mean man sitting up in the sky being like, you haven't done this, you haven't done this. You are God having a human experience. Talk to the God of your understanding. Be like, I'm here. I want to see this. I want flowers. I want love. I want abundance. I want this home. I want this animal. I want this baby. I want all these things. I want this abundance. Make me the vessel that can hold it. Truly. There's a lot, like the references that I put down will have infinite information for you. Lewis Howes, David Gingham, I want to say, real references that you can utilize right now. Okay, so the 15th, Mercury goes retrograde. This is ridiculous, like redonkulous. So the 17th, the Sun conjunct the North Node at 27 degrees. 19th, the Sun conjunct Neptune in Pisces at 29 degrees. And then the 20th, we have the Aries equinox. I'm just going to put them up. The 20th of March. Happy New Year. Okay. You'll be at 4. You'll be here. Chiron is somewhere. 20 degrees. 14 degrees. You're good. You're good. To quote Pam Gregory, the equinoxes and the planets as they are, the moment that the sun goes into Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, it's like striking a tuning fork for the season. This is a God's quarterly. So the last one that we had was Cap season, going to here, and now we're going to be having Aries season, going to Cancer season. Yeah, this is big stuff. This is big stuff. I'm going to do an entire video on March because that includes the entirety of eclipse season, and then Neptune goes into Aries on the 30th. It's like there's so much to say. But God really is saying, like, experience your world. Experience what you're in. And if this isn't happening to us, this is available for us. This really, the planet's shifting so much in 1 year, in one short period of time. We've never seen this before. Let that be this moment of, wow, I'm living through the written times. I'm living in them. What do I want? If you can change your life in 6 months, okay, so I had given the North Node going into Aquarius in August 2026 as like a nice bookend for us to look at our manifestations. I don't even like that word, for the seeds that we want, like to get to the life that we want, because that gives our brain a proper timeline that we're like, okay, I can jump a timeline from now until then. I can go from my 0 to 1, whatever that is, to quote Cody Sanchez language. Knowing that that's where we want to be, let it happen sooner. If you're super duper exhausted right now, it really means that something big is coming. If you're bored right now, something big is coming. If you're in the thick of things right now, a really leisureful time is coming. Ease, grace. Be open to whatever, like, the waves aren't just constantly crashing. There's the wave and then, let it flow. Let it be, let it flow. I don't even know how I'm going to do this all signs. It's just too much. The medicine is just going to be in what you're in. Take a few moments after this video and just be like, okay, I'm here. I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm really going to just, hold on. Yeah, and sit with that and say, wow, I just received so much information from across the world. How do I feel about that? Do I want to receive all of that, or do I not want to receive all of that? Not all my messages can be for you. I don't expect you to receive every single thing that I say as doctrine, ever. I don't want you to. None of what I say is doctrine. Do your own research on everything. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If all you take from this is there's a lot of this, there's a lot of mutability, there's a lot of magic and potency, and I'm able to create the life that I want. A very powerful energy is birthing within you right now. And I want you to say, wow, I'm so powerful. I can do this. I'm a manifester. Yeah, not human design manifester, but like I can manifest my dreams. I can live the life of my dreams. I think that's it. You're so loved. You're so, so loved. I'll see you soon.